Guys, welcome to another episode of TokeMoments. My name is Toke. I hope you guys have had a great start to the week. I find out that lately I have so many topics that I want to talk to you guys about, and they're really good, really good. Okay, so week after week I keep looking forward to the vlog day, because I get to chat with you guys and we get to rub minds, exchange ideas. In my head, you guys are just sitting in front of me, if you know what I mean. Today's topic is supposed to be sort of like an Ask Toke, one of those ones that we do. I was already going through a couple of emails, preparing myself to do this whole Ask Toke thing that we do, where you guys get the opportunity to send me emails with topics. It could be personal stories, basically things that you're going through and you want to share with other vlog watchers. So I caught this one topic that caught my eye, and I decided to talk about it this week because I think that there's a lot to say about this particular topic. Before I start to read the email, I'll talk to you guys briefly about how I feel about friends with benefits, or friends that are just shagging, people that just hang out and are sleeping together and call themselves friends. Whatever fancy term that people like to call that act, I think is total bullshit. I think that at one point, one party will always want more. Okay, and I think that people need to love themselves enough to stick with what you want. This topic will actually lead to a series of topics that I will be dealing with over the next couple of weeks. And I think that a lot of people need to learn one or two things from it. I do not claim to know it all, but it's my vlog and I have a right to share my opinion, as you guys also have a right to, chat about it in the comment box. Yeah? Are we ready? Okay, so Anne sends me this email. I know that's not your name, okay? I know that, for this sort of juicy email, you probably have hidden your name, but that's okay. So her name is Anne, and she says, Toke, dear Toke, so let me just read it to you guys. Dear Toke, my name is Anne, and I have been writing, deleting, and finally I think this is where I get my courage to actually share my story. I have been heartbroken for 3 years, Toke. Crazy, right? My story is a really sad one, and I cannot wait for you to hear all about it. My story is a really sad one, and I cannot wait to hear what you think about it. When I say sad, please, nobody died, okay? So you might as well stop thinking it's morbid, because it's not. So I met this guy 5 years ago when I had just come out of a relationship. I was young. He seemed like a great guy, and if I was ever ready to try the dating field again, I would have thought, hey, why not? I'll date him. But at that point, I was still thinking my ex and I would get back together, and I was still hung up on this relationship. And he was kind of like the rebound guy. Yes, okay, he was my rebound guy. The best way to get over someone is to get under someone else. When this guy met me, he really liked me, like he wanted us to date, and I kept saying to him that I could easily get back with my ex-boyfriend. I thought he was a nice guy, he's really cute, but I just wasn't ready for that sort of commitment. So we started hanging out, okay? We were friends with benefits. I mean, we would have sex, and we were people that could hang out with each other. It wasn't strictly in the sheets. At that point, he was single as well, and even if while we were still having something, he would try and talk about exploring the option of us being an ideal couple. Toke, I was young, I was restless, and I did not know what was wrong with me. So we've remained friends, good friends actually. He's my best friend, he's my confidant, he's the only person I speak to every morning and the last person I speak to at night. I'm always talking to him or about him. Every time he has a bad day, I'm the first person he decides to call. Every time I have a bad day, he's the first person I decide to call. We actually picked a day in the week to go to the movies. Up until 2 years ago, okay, he met someone else and my heart broke. This sounds like a fairy tale, right? Okay, it's annoying. I die every single day. I wake up in the morning, I am sad. I think through the day, I am sad. He calls me up and still thinks we're good friends, but I have been in love with him since I can remember. He became a part of my life that never went away. He had something really good. I use the word hard because he has someone else in his life right now. He doesn't know I feel this way, okay? I have tried to explore the option of telling him, but I do not want to lose him completely from my life. He kills me every time she comes around. He kills me because he's also made her my friend. He kills me because when they have bad times, she calls me to talk about it. And how do I tell her that this guy is also someone that I'm in love with? Toke, I feel like he's supposed to be mine. I feel so sad. I feel like she should just disappear and something should happen to her. I know it's really bad for me to have those sort of thoughts, but what am I supposed to to do. I mean, if he decides to propose to this girl, Toke, I do not know if I can take it. I'm asking for your help before I go crazy. He's actually calling me right now. I'll continue to write this email out. This girl, you're so silly. Okay. I think I get the gist. Yeah. And I would first say to you, and why? Like, you know, before he met a girl, yeah. It could be that you were not attracted to the single him. And while you found him dating someone else and you started to see him be a boyfriend to someone else, then you found out that you were in love with him. Emotions are really, 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 really tricky. This thing called friends with benefits, this thing called we're just shagging, I don't believe in it. I have never believed in it. Honestly, I believe that if you can shag someone, a part of you is attached to that person. That being said, some people might feel like, oh my God, I've done it in the past and I've gotten away with it. I liked him enough to just have sex with him. The truth is, if you find out deep down, one party always falls in love with, the other person. He's been dating someone for 2 years. So chances are this relationship he has is really serious. And you're literally there harboring all these feelings with yourself and no one to share these feelings with. And it's a really, really sad situation. And before I decide to go into any advice, of course, I'll first talk about people who might find themselves in that situation. If you like someone, if this person ticks all your boxes, please do not settle for just having something. If you feel like you want the whole 9 yards, ask for it. What do you have to lose? If he's not going to give it to you, guess what? You get the opportunity to move on and find someone else. The truth is, if you decide to have something with someone in the hope that from having something with someone, he might realize that you're the one for him, girl, what planet are you living on? Like, it's just in the movies. That just happens in the movies. Now, Anne has found herself in this situation where, I can't blame her for how it started because, hey, she was coming off from this broken relationship and she thought, hey, I like him, but do I want to date someone else? And she decided to just have something to do with him because you believed in that crazy theory of, the best way to get over someone is to get under someone. Who says that? That's like kindergarten stuff. That's not true. Honestly, if you are so in love with that person you're trying to get over, the thought of someone else on you, the thought of sleeping with someone else and having someone else rub your skin would not be entirely entertaining. Okay, so if you had that sort of epic love with that person, it's not to just start shagging someone else. I find out that guys can easily do that, but it's a coping mechanism. When they break up, they go on a rampage where they believe that they can sleep with anything in a skirt. The truth is they are hurting and something in their mind is telling them, after all, she wasn't all of that, let me just follow this one, follow that one, follow this one. But when they wake up the next morning, there is that emptiness. Okay, so friends with benefits, it never really works. It never really works. Most especially when you have a lot in common. Most especially when you know that this guy liked you, man. Like this could have been a chance for you to start a relationship and turn your back on that which left you. Now, because you wanted to get back with an ex who wasn't interested in getting back, you missed out on a chance of starting something really incredible. And now you only have half of him and he's committed to this girl. So what are we going to do now, Anne? Honestly, I would say take your chance with, gosh, I can't believe, it's so difficult. Because I know how when someone has become your best friend and this person has become a part of your life and you do not want to miss this person or lose this person, and you telling this person that you want more from the situation that you're getting now, is obviously going to do two things, because there's now this person and this other girl she's innocent. Like, what has she done to deserve a boyfriend who is still sleeping with his best friend, and the best friend who had the opportunity to make him her boyfriend but who passed on that opportunity because she was being silly? I'm not judging, okay? So I'm trying to find out how we can, gosh, even Olivia's life in Scandal is not as complicated as this. One, damn, man. Maybe you should play this vlog for him. Now that's just me being cheeky. Honestly, there's no two ways to it. You just gotta come out and let him know that you love him. And, if he decides to break up with a girl, at least he'll do it on time and she might have the opportunity to move on and find her own. Because already you guys are still sleeping together and that is disgusting as far as I'm concerned. If he liked you once, truth is, maybe he still likes you, or maybe he doesn't want to also press this button because he believes that, you guys have gone way into this whole having something and you're comfortable as you are, But you've got to tell him, and like you might do it in a letter or man, I don't know, but you've got to tell him. You've got to tell him, and you have to cry those tears now. Tell him, bearing in mind that you might be kissing your friendship goodbye. But the truth is, at least you'd have closure. And at least, you might find someone else. And once that other person comes, you wouldn't make this crazy mistake again. But honestly, you have to tell him. You have to sit him down and say to him that, you know what, this might sound crazy, but I'm in love with you. I've always been in love with you. I did not know I was in love with you, but now you're with this person and I thought I could deal with it, but I can't. And my heart breaks, and I've been heartbroken for 2 years. Does this mean that our friendship might end? I love you enough to let you go and focus on being a good boyfriend to this girl because you are a stumbling block in their relationship. I have to call a spade a spade. If he's dating this girl and this girl looks at you as their friend and she comes to you to talk about their relationship and you're there to give her advice, imagine if she finds out that you've been sleeping with him. It's so deep and it's so disgusting. I'm not trying to judge your situation, but I think she's the innocent person here, and both of you should come out clean. It's either you let him go, let him focus on his relationship, stop sleeping with him, so that you can also let yourself go. Because the more you sleep with him, trust me, and you're digging it deep. You're not moving on. You're not giving yourself the opportunities to even explore life outside of this. Because guess what? He's hooked you up with guys. You're not dating those guys because you're in love with him. And he doesn't know this. And he's dating someone else. He would literally propose to this girl in 5 months. And you'd be there. And you don't want to do it when he's about to propose to the girl, because then you're just going to make it so bad. Okay, so I'd say watch this vlog and, sum up the courage. Find it in you. Write a letter. Say that you want to see him and just let him know. Cry if you have to. And let him know that you're not asking him to break up with this girl, but you're telling him that this is why you're taking a step back, because you're in love with him and you want the best for him. The reason why it hasn't worked with any other person is because you are in love with him. And I believe deep down he probably is in love with you as well, because how committed is he to this relationship that is sleeping with you? Women! Don't settle for half something. This leads me to the next vlog I'm going to do next week. Honestly, guys, watch out for that one. It's high time you stand for what you want. If you feel like you want more from a guy, please feel free. Don't settle for let's have something, and in the hope of if we have something, then maybe he can realize, or I'll show him attributes of what a girlfriend should be like. If you put yourself on that radar with a guy, you never graduate. Like, he never sees you more than that. Thank you guys for watching. That's all I have to talk to you guys about this week. My name is Toke. Please, please, please subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Twitter. I am a Tokestar with a double R. Bye.